everybody. Thank you for joining me for another Family Fun sing-along time with Powell River United Church. I hope you enjoy the songs that I've chosen for today, and I have a story to share with you as well. So let's get started with a song that's an oldie but a goodie. It's called Top of the World, okay? Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eye, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. Everything I want the world to be is now coming true, especially for me. And the reason is clear, it's because you are here. You're the nearest thing to heaven that I've seen. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Something in the wind has learned my name, and it's telling me that things are not the same. In the leaves on the trees and the touch of the breeze, there's a pleasing sense of happiness for me. There is only one wish on my mind. When this day is through, I hope that I will find that tomorrow will be just the same for you and me. All I need will be mine if you are here. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. I really like the words in that song, and I feel that way lots of times when I think about people I love being with me and how happy it makes me. Okay, now I've got another song for you that's called Look All Around You. Look all around you, okay? And one of the lines in this song says, touch someone near you in love if you can. So touch someone in a loving way, like maybe just a nice pat on the arm or knuckles, right? I mean, gentle knuckles, you know what I mean. Just a little touch with someone. So if you're together in your family doing this sing-along together, touch one of your family members just in a nice way. And I'll tell you how many, okay? Each time I'll say a different number, okay? Ready? Look all around you and see what is real. Hear what is true and be sure what you feel. Touch someone near you in love if you can. Two people. Give all you have and be part of God's plan. Life is always shallow when you fail to see that living for yourself will never make you free. So you've got to look have 4 people you can go and give a gentle touch. Give all you have and be part of God's plan. You may live a lifetime doomed to hate and fear, because you could not see beyond your selfish tears. So you've got to look all around you and see what is real. Hear what is true and be sure what you feel. Touch someone near you in love if you can. 3 people. Give all you have and be part of God's plan. Life can be so meaningful when you finally see that only in God's love can you be really free. So you've got to look all around you and see what is real. Hear what is true and be sure what you feel. Touch someone near you in love if you can. 1 person. Give all you have and be part of God's plan. Okay. Now, here's another song that you probably know, and it's kind of a fun song that tells the story of Noah and the ark and the unicorn. That's what the song's called, the unicorn. A long time ago, when the earth was green, there were more kinds of animals than you've ever seen. They'd run around and play while the earth was being born. The loveliest of all was the unicorn. And there were green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, and sure as you're born, the loveliest of all was the unicorn. The Lord saw some sinning and it brought him pain. He said to himself, I'm gonna make it rain. Call to brother Noah, tell you what to do. Build me a floating zoo and make sure you have some green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants, and sure as you're born, don't you forget my unicorn. Well, Noah was there to answer the call. He finished the ark just as the rain started to fall. The animals, they came on 2 by 2, and he called them out as they went through. Hey Lord, I got your green alligators, your long-necked geese, your humpty-back camels and your chimpanzees, your cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, I just don't see no unicorn. Then Noah looked out in the driving rain. The unicorns were hiding and playing silly games, kicking and a-splashing while the rain was falling down. Oh, those silly unicorns. But there were green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, we just can't wait for no unicorn. The ark started moving, it drifted with the tide. The unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried. The waters came down and floated them away. That's why you'll never see a unicorn today, but you'll still see green alligators and long-necked geese, humpty-back camels and chimpanzees, cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, you're never gonna see a unicorn. But you'll see green alligators, long-necked geese, you like that song. Now I've got a story to share with you. I'm going to put my guitar down. There we go. Okay, this story is called The Mightiest. The Mightiest. Okay, and it's written by Keiko Kaza. And who are the drawings by? Doesn't say here. Hang on. Well, I wonder if Keiko Kaza did the drawings too, I guess. We have one name on the book called The Mightiest. Deep in the quiet woods, there was a golden crown sitting on a rock. One day, 3 animals discovered the crown. "Finders keepers," yelled the bear. "It's mine." "No way," said the elephant. "I saw it first." "Wait, guys," said the lion. "Something is written there on the rock. It says, 'For the mightiest.'" "Well then," said the lion, grabbing the crown, "this is obviously mine." "No, it's not," said the bear. "I'm the mightiest." "Step aside," said the elephant, "and give me my crown." On and on the animals argued. Suddenly, off in the distance, the lion saw a tiny old woman walking toward them. "Listen," he whispered. "Let's settle this once and for all. Each of us will try to scare that old lady. Whoever scares her the most wins the crown." "Sounds fair," the others agreed. So they hid behind the bushes and waited anxiously for the tiny old woman to come near. There they are. When she finally reached the bushes, the lion jumped up. Roar! "Oh my," cried the tiny old woman. "You scared the daylights out of me." Then the bear jumped up. Grrr! "Oh my," cried the tiny old woman. "You scared the daylights out of me." Finally, it was the elephant's turn. He sucked in the air and boo! "Oh my," cried the tiny old woman. "You scared the daylights out of me." There was no way of knowing who had scared the tiny old woman the most. "My roar made her jump," boasted the lion. "My grrr had her shaking in her boots," growled the bear. "My boo blew her away," shouted the elephant. They were so busy arguing, they didn't notice that they had company. Suddenly, an enormous giant towered over them. "Well, roar, grr, baroo on you," he yelled. "I happen to be the biggest, the baddest, and the mightiest giant in the world. Now give me that crown." With the crown on his head, the giant scooped up the 3 animals. "To prove that I'm the mightiest," he bellowed, "I think I'll drop you off a cliff." "Help! Someone help us!" wailed the animals. But who could help them now? Oh dear. Just then, a high voice screeched, "George!" The giant jumped in the air, dropped the three animals, and fell to the ground. There, standing in front of the biggest, the baddest, and the mightiest giant in the world was none other than the tiny old woman. She was scaring the daylights out of him. See her down here in the corner? "George," she yelled, "how many times have I told you not to pick on helpless creatures?" Lots of times, Mama," whimpered the giant. "I won't do it again. Honest, Mama, I promise." "Good, George," said the woman. "I'm glad to hear that." The animals couldn't believe their eyes. They snatched the crown away from the giant. And presented it to the tiny old woman. "Surely and positively," said the lion. "Without a doubt," said the bear. "This belongs to you, ma'am," said the elephant. "Oh my," cried the tiny old woman. "How flattering." "But," said the woman, "I don't really need this. Let's put it back where you found it." "Put it back?" they asked her. "Yes," said the tiny old woman. "I have my little hat. That's good enough for me." George and the animals looked at her with admiration. The mightiest didn't need a crown after all. As soon as they left, the woods became quiet again. The golden crown sat peacefully on its rock, just like before, but not for long. Oops. Another group of three was coming along to argue, hey? Well, you know, there's lots of things, lots of lessons in that story, isn't there? Lots of things we could talk about. One thing that I'll just say, and then maybe you want to talk some more about the story with your family, but one thing that I learned from that story is that God loves us just the way we are. We don't have to be the mightiest, the best, or strongest, or anything. God loves us just the way we are. Can you think of other people in your life too? There's other people in your life who love you just the way you are too. Anyway, I hope that you might be able to have some conversations about that story in your family. Let's do one more song to close our time, okay? This song is called Abundantly. From mountains high, cool waters flow, the singing breeze, green meadows grow, shine tall pine trees, blue sky above, are all expressions of my God's love. And this one God who made all these is interested in you and me. God's greatest gift is to make us free, new self, more life, abundantly. God speaks and acts what God says God will. God's promises God will fulfill. Through Christ God's focused love appears to put at ease a life that fears. Relationships to all God brings, the solid feel inside me rings. No phony do I have to be, for God through Christ accepts just me. So remember that God loves you, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care, and bye for now.